Method number 2, round 1. We're going to do 2 lessons of substitution by elimination. We're going to split it up into 2 and all of that. It's not any harder. In fact, a lot of people like elimination better than substitution. For me personally, I like whichever one makes sense for the equation. Sometimes if it's already set up for substitution, then substitution's easier, and sometimes if it's not, elimination is easier. So they're both useful in their given circumstances, and if you're asked to do one a particular way, then you need to know both, right? Okay, let's do some examples. So this, we're going to use elimination to solve. Example 1. 4x plus 6y equals 32. 3x minus 6y equals 3. So, first step in solving by elimination is to make 2 of the variables opposite each other. Now, we're already set up for that, right? We already have 6y and negative 6y, so we don't have to do any multiplication. We'll do that. We'll actually do some of that in the next lesson. And all of that. So that's why we're kind of splitting it up. So once you have 2 opposite, then we're going to eliminate. What we do is we draw a line underneath them, and then we add them piecewise together. So add the x's together and the y's together, and then the ones over by themselves together. Right? And so what's going to happen is one of the variables is going to get eliminated. In this case, 6y minus 6y cancels. Right? So 4x plus 3x is 7x. 32 plus 3 is 35. Now we've got a really simple single equation with a single variable. We're going to solve it, and it's really easy. In this case, we're just going to divide by 7, right? Divide by, I don't know what I'm writing. Divide by 7 on both sides. Those 7s cancel, leaving us with x equals 5. So now that we've got our x, what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our old friend substitution, and we're going to substitute this 5 into either one of these x's. Sometimes there's an easier one, sometimes there's not. I think since the numbers are a little bit smaller on the second one, I'm going to plug it into the second one, but you could plug it into either one and get the same answer. So I'm going to write the second one with a parentheses where the x is, and then I'm going to substitute this 5 in for x. And then we get to solve for y. So 3 times 5 is 15. Bring down minus 6y equals 3. We're going to subtract 15 from both sides. Bring down negative 6y equals negative 12. And we're going to divide by negative 6 because that negative 6 is multiplied. Don't forget to bring the negative. Those are easy places to make mistakes. I know I say that about every time, but it really is true. And the more I say it, the more when you see the negative, your brain will think, bring the negative. And you'll start hearing my voice inside your own head. And I know that's a terrifying thought, but it could happen. And maybe it will be helpful. Maybe you'll get a better grade on your math test because of it. Negative 12 divided by negative 6 ends up with positive 2. And so we write our answer as a point being 5, 2, because we write points x, y. Let's do one more example. This time we're going to take it from a word problem and write a system, and then we're going to solve it using elimination. So example 2, we're going to do negative 3 times one number plus 5 times another number is negative 11. So I'm going to translate that sentence first because that's going to be our first equation, right? Excuse me. So negative 3 times one number, x, plus 5 times another number, so that's another variable, right? So y is or equals negative 11. And then 3 times the first number, so 3 times x, plus 7 times the other number, y, equals negative 1. Little practice translating things, and we're off to the races, right? We're already set up to eliminate because we've got negative 3x and 3x, so those cancel, leaving us with 5 plus 7 is 12, so 12y equals negative 11 minus 1. The signs are the same, so we add and keep the sign, negative 12. The 12 is multiplied, so we're going to divide it on both sides. Divide by 12, divide by 12. Those cancel, leaving us with a y equals negative 1. Now we're going to substitute. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. We're going to substitute this negative 1 in for y. It doesn't matter. I'll plug it into the first one. You can plug it into either one, and you'll get the same thing. So we end up with negative 3x plus 5 times parentheses equals negative 11. We're going to plug in that negative 1 in for y. Negative 3x, we're going to bring down. 5 times negative 1 is negative 5 equals negative 11. This 5 is subtracted, so to get rid of it, we're going to add 5 to both sides. Those cancel, leaving us with negative 3x equals negative 11 plus 5 is 6. Then we're going to divide off that negative 3. X equals negative 2. Different signs gives us a negative on multiplication division. Our answer is negative 2, negative 1. Did y'all hear my tummy rumbling? I have to take a break and get me something to eat here in a minute. That's elimination take 1. We're going to, in our next lesson, look at what if it's not already set up and we don't already have opposites, and what to do then. And so we will see you then. If you're one of my students, see you in class. If you're not one of my students, thanks for joining us. It is really, really great that we can offer these videos for free to you guys. It would help with that if you hit that subscribe button and maybe even drop a like, and a comment would help on this video. See you later. Bye-bye.